What's up, everybody? Welcome to an all-new episode of SCNS Live, the Super Cool Nerd Show. Thank you for joining us out there in the Super Cool Nerd Nation for another week of nerds, news. God, there was an awesome trailer for Shang-Chi this week. Anyway, I'm sorry. It's been a good week. I gotta say. I personally got good news today, but I don't need to share that here. But we got some hyper hot stuff for y'all tonight on the show. But anyway, I am Jason the X. I don't do this by myself. Over here, I got it right this time. There's Ricardo.
What's up, guys? I am drinking tea, rum, and sugar like the Wellerman.
Anyway,
it's a cup of tea with 2 ounces of rum and 2 sugar cubes. Soon may the Wellerman come with sugar.
Over here in the kitty cat ears, and nothing on the box next to her. I'm a little disappointed. That's Cora.
I was in a hurry and forgot my props.
Ooh.
But I'll make it up. Ooh, yeah.
On a lighter note, Ricardo, you've got your second shot. We're just about T-minus a week away from resuming some.
5 days. 5 days before I show up to your front door with a bottle of rum and a big hug for you. So
next week, you might actually be in studio. So
I can be if you want me in studio.
It could happen. Cora, you got a couple of weeks out because you got Moderna. She's in that Moderna crowd.
But hey, you know what? She's in the vax crowd.
Vaccine elitism.
That's what matters.
Are we just gonna start a snap battle at each other now?
Oh, you got the Johnson & Johnson. One shot, huh? Just going to sip my...
Reminds me of that meme with Meg from Family Guy with the rest of the family.
So much better.
So you think you're better than me? It's like Moderna, Pfizer, essential oils, and then Johnson & Johnson with Meg. Oh,
we ain't doing that.
No, I will say Johnson & Johnson is better than essential oils. Anyone that believes that essential oils will fix all your issues are dumb.
I mean,
I'm just going to say it.
They yanked it. What about?
I'll drink to that.
They had 6 cases out of a couple million. It's literally 1 in a million, but still, we're being on the safe side, and we just want people to be vaccinated.
Well, 6 in a million, but
yeah, the times they are coming, so we're all happy about that. Cons are starting to come back. I know All-Con was announced for October, right?
Halloween weekend, baby.
That's
Halloween weekend.
Cool, you know?
I think there's a RetroCon coming up as well.
Yeah, there's one up in Plano, too, for toys and stuff, but it's happening more towards June. But I will be very comfortable attending at this point, so I might have to go and finally get me some of that plastic crack that I need. I've been hurting, baby.
I volunteer to go with you.
You'll be good to go by then, so yeah. We're going to make it happen.
Down.
Be able to have outings again.
New York Comic Con is doing in person.
Yeah, I actually feel comfortable then. I mean, cons are already a breeding ground for the flu virus and everything. I was ahead of the game with my Snake Eyes cosplay. I just like to say that. That's right. Wear your mask.
Wear your mask.
But anyway, yes, good times are ahead, and I think we not all of us couldn't be happier. But you know, we still got a ways to go. Everybody, get vaccinated. It's free. Takes a little bit of time. They're doing like in home up in Denton, I saw, and Dallas. They'll come and bring the shot to you now.
Really?
Damn.
Some
Okay.
people can't make it, so yeah, they will bring the.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's a gig I would take. You know. I mean, come on. I got shots in the military, and they were brutal. If that moron can give me a shot, I definitely can do it.
Here, take this. What is it? Doesn't matter. Just take it, soldier.
My doc was brutal. He'd just be like, "Boom, boom, get out."
Wasn't it like, was it you or was it someone else I was telling me about the military just basically had like a line that you just walk down?
You get all of the shots in boot camp. It's like they use those hypo spray guns where it's just like, and they hurt worse. Like, I thought that was just something they had on Star Trek until I actually, I was like, what the hell is that?
I was already not a fan of joining the military. Not that I'm qualified for that anymore, but I will never.
Yeah, you get like
No.
6 or 7 shots walking through that line. So,
Oh
and it's
my
like,
God.
at the time I think about it, I don't even know what the hell I got.
You know what,
For
Jason?
one
of those was a microchip.
Yeah, people that keep saying
That
microchips in a vaccine do not know how microchips work. Hey, Maple, welcome to the chat.
Obviously, they haven't seen Suicide Squad. They put it at the base of your skull.
Microchip power source. I don't even want to get into the science of like how microchips work and how people should understand it. It's not in a vaccine, okay? It's just not.
Oh,
if you have a cell phone, you should be more worried, okay? Unless you got like a Nokia. Nobody can track those things nor destroy them, so.
I think my first phone was a Nokia. I think I still have it somewhere.
You probably do. I found.
And if you charge it, it probably still works.
It will work. It probably won't work for long, but it'll work. I found mine like in an old box. I was like, oh no, I have an old Nokia.
I think it's somewhere. I still have every single phone I've ever had except one, my very first one that I lost in the trash. But I got like the same model the second time around, and then I literally have every phone. So I have like all my photos, everything. I don't lose.
No, I literally when I found my Nokia phone, I did this. I went like, holy crap, and I threw it on the ground. Because I was like, it didn't break. Like, not hard. I just kind of went, whoa, and flung it onto a tile floor. That sucker didn't even, like, dent.
It probably did more damage to the floor.
So, and it still worked. I mean, I didn't, like, call him on it. But anyway. All right, guys, let's go ahead, kick this thing off with some super cool nerd news. Okay, the first story of the night is not a story, but it is a plea to you out there in the community. Listen to me and hear me well. With the passing of Alex Trebek, this is very, very tragic. Losing his bout with cancer, Jeopardy was left without a host. Now, those are some very, very big shoes to fill. He was a beloved host of the show for many years. With that, I can only vouch for one person. Now, apparently there will be a couple of guest hosts on Jeopardy coming up here in the 37th season. The names on the list: Joe Buck, George Stephanopoulos, Robin Roberts, Celebrity Jeopardy champion David Faber, and LeVar Burton. I say this to you, internet community. There is only one choice on this list. Every one of these other people got a cushy job. They don't need this. But who has entertained people for many years? Who taught your dumb ass to read and encouraged you to seek knowledge? That man is LeVar Burton. You know it. I know it. This is not news. This is a campaign. LeVar Burton should be the new host of Jeopardy, full-time, full stop. Nobody else. Who are these other people? Robin Roberts? She has a cushy gig. She doesn't need the money. George Stephanopoulos on ABC, doing good work. Leave him where he is. The rest of them, who cares who these people are? Joe Buck. Joe Buck is a sports announcer. No. LeVar Burton is the one and only choice. And not only to guest host, but to be the permanent host. So please go to @Jeopardy on Twitter and voice your support for the man. Geordie LaForge. Reading Rainbow Guy. Whatever. I know it was just LeVar Burton there. I don't have anything there. LeVar Burton is the one and only choice. Thank you, chat. Yes. I cannot stress this enough. If there was one person who was up to doing this job, beloved by many, no scandals. We ain't gonna find any skeletons in LeVar Burton's closet. No. The man to choose is LeVar Burton. I will die on this hill, damn it. Cora, Rick, anything to add? I'm sorry.
All I'm gonna say is, I can be anything. Just take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow.
If Ricardo's dumbass can get that, the man has done so much for so many. See, look at that.
Because of you, LeVar Burton, I'm reading 3 books right now. Thank you. Because of you, I'm reading 3 books, plus more.
This is so yes, I encourage anyone and everyone. I'm gonna clip this out. LeVar Burton needs to be the new host of Jeopardy. Cora, you got to see him live here most recently.
Yes, he came to Dallas and did a live story reading, like he does for his podcast, and he also had an interview with the author of the story. And gosh, that was such a wonderful evening. His voice is just so calming. He has such a beautiful presence on stage because it doesn't have to be big. Like his personality took over the whole stage, but not in the same way as like a comedian or a stage performer. Just he himself reading from a book, entertaining us, and keeping that same energy as he talked to all of us and encouraged others to come up and talk with him about the book as well.
Having the opportunity to spread more knowledge through this world? Absolutely. The man corrected me on how to spell my middle name. I'm never going to forget this. I hate that we didn't get that interview with him that day, but in case y'all didn't know, my middle name is LeVar, and we saw him at Fan Expo one year. And I was like, oh, we didn't get the interview, but he was very happy to talk with us. He didn't want to talk because they were doing the Reading Rainbow Kickstarter like in the next month or whatever. And he said, oh, your name's LeVar. Do you capitalize the V? And I went, no. And I kind of laughed. And he was like, you should. And I was like, okay, but great to meet you, sir. And I went home that day, found my birth certificate, and realized that for 30 plus years, I have been misspelling my middle name. LeVar Burton, host of Jeopardy, and that's all. Period. Full stop. Make it happen. Internet, we can do this. We can make this happen.
If we can bully WB to release a Snyder Cut, we can make a campaign to put LeVar Burton as the permanent host.
I'm saying we can make this happen, and I'm not going to rest until it is so.
No, I've got a random thought in my head. Like, did Mr. Rogers and LeVar Burton ever do anything together?
Oh my God, that would be like wholesome magic.
Because that would have been like the most epic,
I feel
wholesome.
Like if they had, we would know about it by now.
Because he was in the 90s, and Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood lasted until about 2000.
Maybe
so there was a good 10 years.
Is this a Reddit thread yet?
Probably is.
It's going to be. I'll tell you, if it's not, it's about to be. So, yeah, we can do this. Us united, the people that grew up with LeVar Burton, we made the Reading Rainbow Kickstarter happen in like a minute. We can do this. Stand with me. Let's make this happen.
What I love is that you're preaching to the choir. We were already with you.
What?
Guys, there is an interview between Mr. Rogers and LeVar Burton.
Oh my God, we'll have to watch that later. Okay, that link's going up in our private chat after this. But yeah, that's my story. I don't want to keep going on about this, except that I'm going to make it happen. I will spearhead this charge. All right. Anyway, and I know y'all will be right there with me. So, all right, Cora, you are up for the first story this week.
All right. Time to get your pointing fingers in action because we have a new Ace Attorney coming out. Well, sort of. Back in 2017-ish, Japan had The Great Ace Attorney come out. And they also got a sequel for that. And us over here in the West just kind of stared longingly through the window, just waiting for our chance to play it. Well, our chance has come on July 27th on the West and July 29th in Japan. We will have the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, which will have both the Great Ace Attorney Adventure and its sequel, the Great Ace Attorney Resolve. They will have both English and Japanese language options. Any DLC that came out with those games will automatically be available to us through the game, which, good. I'm going to pay extra for that. And it will also be available with the Ace Attorney Turnabout Collection. The Ace Attorney Turnabout Collection has the Great Ace Attorney Collection and has the Ace Attorney Trilogy, which is the original 3 games.
Wow.
I already have the Ace Attorney Trilogy in multiple forms, so I don't need that, thankfully. But yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh. I was going to say, the Great Ace Attorney follows Phoenix Wright's ancestor through adventures and also has Sherlock Holmes as a character. Since can't have Sherlock Holmes.
What's the release on that one again?
It'll be July 27th over here and July 29th in Japan. It'll have both a physical release and a digital release.
Ooh.
So it'll be for the Switch, the PS4, and then PC via Steam.
I love that Maple in the chat's like, I'm gonna be poor. No, she's gonna be poor on my next story. That's what
Just remember, Maple, you can always come over and visit when we're vaccinated and play. Because you already know I'm going to get it.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're already trying to hit that buy button, probably.
I'm clicking it and nothing's happening.
Until it works.
I saw the okay. So the image you brought that was just I was like, that's so pretty. I want to cosplay the guy with the pipe. I don't know who that is, but
that's Sherlock Holmes.
I want to cosplay that.
Oh, okay, awesome. I see it in the back here.
Yeah.
So the only other thing I know about this game is the prosecutor that you can see in the background, the one with the cravat.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is that for his objection, he throws his leg onto the stand and just shouts objection, and I need that. I need it.
Like a peg leg,
like
or like his actual leg.
Like instead of just pointing, he just like slams his leg on the desk and yells objection. And I need it. If I can find a clip, I'll send it to y'all in the chat.
I may have to get this game. All right.
Oh my god,
it's so good. Like, this is just a PSA for anyone who's never played Ace Attorney. It has very serious storylines. It really does. It has a lot of very serious stuff that happens. I mean, you're dealing with murder cases. But you also have characters like Lotta Hart, who is an insane Southern woman and photographer who makes Phoenix's life a living hell. And that's actually the case for every single witness that ever enters that stand, including his friends.
Oh, Lord.
Like you have this serious story with all of this beautiful comedic timing. And I recommend everyone play at least one of the games in their lifetime. You have a huge selection to pick from, and you can't go wrong with any of them. Except
is this the first one on? Go ahead. Sorry.
Except if you pick I think it's Justice for All is the third one, because a lot of threads get tied together from the first 2 games. Don't recommend that one first, but the other 2 you can do whatever you want.
Is this the first one coming to the Switch?
No.
The other ones, all of them are available on the Switch.
Yeah, the Ace Attorney trilogy is already available on the Switch.
Ooh.
No news if they're going to bring over Apollo Justice or Dual Destinies, which were the other ones, or Miles, Investigation Miles. We're actually kind of hoping that if Ace Attorney Adventures does well and sells well over here, maybe we'll get Investigation Miles too. We got the first one, and then after that, they're like, no.
It'll happen. It's going to happen.
Bring the second one.
It's money. It's money
it better.
on the table. They can get money out of those.
Yeah, it's also Capcom.
They'll get it.
Oh yeah, they'll bring it.
We'll see. I mean, you also had Phoenix Wright and Marvel vs. Capcom, and I still find that great. Still a great moment.
All right, Rick, you are up.
So right now, if you want to watch all of the MCU movies on Disney Plus, you can, except for 3 of them for now. Soon, you'll be able to watch 2 more movies that are part of the MCU, but not on Disney Plus, because Sony and Disney Plus have come to another agreement. Thank the maker. So it was announced yesterday that Disney and Sony have come up with a new deal to bring over the Spider-Man properties to Disney Plus. Currently, they're not on there. Currently, you cannot watch Spider-Man Homecoming or Far From Home or Paramount's Incredible Hulk, but we're not going to talk about that one because other than Thunderbolt Ross, nothing else from that movie has really come out in the MCU. Anyways, so starting with Sony's 2022 movie slate, we'll start getting in the old Spider-Man films. Not only are we going to get the Tom Holland versions, but we're also going to be getting Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man and Tobey Maguire's original Spider-Man trilogy, along with Venom, Morbius, and whatever else they come out with in the next couple of years up until 2026. So we're going to get a 4-year deal through this. So right now it says here a wide-ranging deal which runs through Sony's 2026 theatrical slate. Also calls for Sony's titles to run across Disney's array of streaming and linear platforms, making it unprecedented in scope as it covers Disney Plus, Hulu, FX Networks, ABC, Disney Channel, and Freeform. That's quite a bit of stuff to put these things on. Also includes a significant number of library titles that will be spread among various outlets. Hulu will gain access to what Disney describes as a significant number of library titles starting in June. So starting June, month and a half, we're just going to start getting all these Sony movies onto the platforms. The agreement comes at the heels of Sony's upward deal with Netflix for titles in the lucrative post-theatrical release pay window 1. The Disney deal covers subsequent TV windows, meaning that the titles will land on Netflix first, about 9 months after the start of the film's theatrical run. Disney is scooping up from multiple platforms the windows previously reserved for ad-supported cable and broadcast airing of movies. The Netflix and Disney deals also run for the same license term, so we've got that going on. But unfortunately, for those overseas, this only covers for the U.S. only currently right now. So you live in the U.K., Australia, Europe, whatever, all that stuff. This deal is not going to be on there, so you won't be able to watch some of the Spider movies across the pond and around the world. Just currently in the U.S. I don't know about Canada. Maybe Canada. Probably not. Even though it's technically North America, but what do I know? With Netflix and Disney deals combined, Sony is expected to rake in about $3 billion with a B, in movie licensing over the life of the deals. So $3 billion for all these movies and titles between Disney and
Sony
Netflix.
just, after the deal with Netflix, Sony just pulled in a gaggle of money. Wow.
Yeah. And now they have all this money for other projects.
These movies are going to be first run on Netflix was going to get them after they were in the theaters per the original deal. Wow, Sony just pulling down a gaggle of cash right now. Impressive, but also
about $500 million is going to go to projects, and the other $2.5 billion is going to go to probably the executives as bonuses.
Win overall because we get the movies. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
Across greater platforms.
Because right now, I don't even know if I could stream any of the Spider-Man movies anywhere. Are they on Netflix?
I don't know. I know Into the Spider-Verse was, but I don't think Homecoming is. It was.
Like even I don't know if any of them are streaming.
I mean, I own them, so it's not a big deal for me. But it's a excellent deal for Sony. Disney has that money. They're like, we want some of that too. We're not going to be showing up by Netflix. That deal was out of spite.
Oh yeah.
Who the hell is Netflix?
Oh yeah.
Throw some money. Just throw some money. they just throw down a stack of hundreds in a fit. What?
So some of the other titles coming to Disney Plus include Jumanji and Hotel Transylvania franchises. So there you go.
Sony's making the money. All right, I'm ready to since we did a video game store, I'm ready to call some Mapleberry and anybody else out there who's a avid vintage gamer. I'm ready for y'all to pay some money. So,
Please don't.
if you've ever been to Japan, ladies and gentlemen, you may have had the pleasure of entering a store called Super Potato. Ridiculous name, I know. But imagine a museum for all kinds of vintage Japanese games. 3 stories of gaming, ladies and gentlemen. An arcade on top, newer titles in the middle, and at the bottom, all the vintage stuff. Super Famicom, all of those Japanese games that we never got in the States. Imagine a museum that you can buy the games. I'm happy to tell you that this actually exists. Super Potato is a chain of stores in Japan. Currently, there are about 10 stores, and you have to go there. If you go anywhere in Japan, just go to one of these stores. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. But also, while you're there, buy a region machine so you can play those games. Well, Super Potato has announced they are opening an international eBay store. Yes. Actually, hold up. Did they set it up yet? Oh, the page is live now on eBay. Their eBay store is open. Oh my God. No. First game on the list. Okay, I just had a Jason moment. Super Dimension Fortress Macross game. If in case you didn't know, Robotech. That is the first game on the page that I'm looking at. What is the bidding up to, you ask? $197 for this game.
Woo!
I can't even do my story now. Shit. Oh my God. Okay, so the game. Focus, damn it. Okay. Yes, so they are opening up their first eBay store. It is available for international shipping. Guys, if you are a vintage game collector and you get you a Super Famicom, it's basically the Super Nintendo, but better. Yeah. Wow, I can't even do my story. They also have a new Twitter account as well, where they will be listing some of the new stuff that's coming into the store and things that will be available on their eBay store. So that's at Super Potato G. Their first tweet. Hello world. Our very first tweet in English for retro game enthusiasts. We'll post our games for international customers here. And even looking at what the page that they posted, just the magic on that. Oh my God. So, I mean, granted, like I said, this was, if you are a gamer, this was a must stop in Japan. Like, you had to go to a Super Potato store. But now, oh my God. CTX and Denton may have some Famicom games. Ooh, nice. In the States. But, oh man, I'm still trying to, I can't get over seeing that Robotech game, their front page. Oh, damn.
How bad is your wallet crying right now?
I think my brain is about to explode. I've only seen screenshots of that game. But as a kid, when Super Nintendo was out, and being a huge Robotech fan, I mean, I'm not very religious, but I'm pretty sure I prayed for that game to come to the States, and it never happened. Oh man, I just wanted to see if the store was open, but yeah, they currently have like 257 games up for sale right now. Oh my God, Super Bomberman 5. I need to get off of this eBay store. But first, let me favorite that
right
store.
now.
Okay.
Both Austin Creed, aka Xavier Woods, and Kenny Omega are both passed out in front of the computer because this just went live.
Kenny Omega was in Japan, so I know. Actually, they filmed his final match
BT
for New Japan. They did a little skit for it. He's in a Super Potato store. But yeah, I'm jealous of him because he gets all that stuff. But yeah, now for international customers, go spend some money. I'm sure you will. Oh my goodness.
Are you?
I don't know.
I will admit I'm a little bit more turned away from it knowing it's an eBay store. Only because now I have to compete in auctions for games I want.
These are prices and and they do have best offer on there too.
And buy it now.
Yeah, that 197 for that Robotech game, that's just the price because that's it. These are cartridge games, so they are rare as is. So yeah.
I just wanted to make sure of that because I know that eBay has, the auction option and then the buying option. As long as they have like a buy it now price, I'm a little bit more comfortable with that. Because I don't. If there's a game I want, I don't want to fight other people for it. I want the option to just take it.
I feel like I've ruined lives. Maple is telling you in chat, Suikoden.
I was saying.
Look, Maple, I've already thought about that, and no, I can't do that right now.
I feel like I may have ruined lives by spreading this information, but hey, good luck, everybody. Do I need a Super Famicom? Moving.
May your wallets rest in peace, guys.
All right, Core, you're up.
All right. So in more video game adjacent news, we have some more information on the Castlevania Season 4. We have a release date, and that will be on May 13th. That is when they will release the season. But we were given the unfortunate information that Season 4 will be the final season for Castlevania. But worry not, children. For they've already been talking about doing another series set in the same universe, just with different characters. So we wouldn't be following Trevor and Sypha and Alucard anymore, but we might be following other characters that are adjacent to them. Maybe we would follow another Belmont through their adventures in the monster-infested lands that is the Castlevania universe they have built. Hell, we don't know. But they are already in talks for that. So while this may be the closing chapter for Castlevania as is, we could be getting a spin-off series, but we don't have much more information other than they're talking about it. Which means that we'll find out like a week before they drop the season, because that's what they like to do.
Oh, I mean, this is a good series altogether. I remember the first episode we watched, and we were like, this series is good, and it's been a good run. I still don't want it to end.
I like that you were skeptical of it when I was telling you to watch it. And then you watched it and you sent me a text, Trevor is my favorite. And which one did I tell you was going to be your favorite?
We have a lot in common. We do like to drink and fight.
Exactly. I mean, like his intro, aside from the fact that he was completely unable to fight anything, was like, yes.
As my wife and I were watching it, she leaned over and she actually said to me, "How does it feel to see yourself depicted in animation form?"
How did it feel?
I already knew as soon as he started talking. I was just like, oh God, did somebody follow me around? I'm not that bad, but there are some similarities. I will give you that. There are some, but yeah, it's been a good run. It's an award-winning series as far as I'm concerned. One for the books, and what's the studio's name down in San Antonio? Powerhouse. They've got plenty more irons in the fire coming up as well. I think this really cemented them as a studio too. So.
Oh yeah. And again, it's not the end for Castlevania per se. And also, I'm really glad that it's ending on a high note. I'd rather it end on a high note than be drug out for several seasons for no reason and it just get old and dull.
So, May 13th. I'm ready. My body is ready.
Binge watching the whole thing in one day and then crying.
Yeah, gonna watch the whole thing up until like premiere. Hopefully I can time it perfectly, but yeah, it's been a good run. All right, Rick, what you got, man?
All right, we'll go back to the MCU. We've got some new cast members, possibly 2 new cast members for Secret Invasion. It was revealed this week that both the Crown star Olivia Colman and Game of Thrones Emilia Clarke are both in talks to join the series. Now, of course, they have not revealed what characters they will play if they actually do get signed, but they are both in talks to join the series along with Samuel L. Jackson, and it will be a series. It's not a movie. Of course, we learned this was going to happen after Captain Marvel, and spoilers, but it's been like 2 years. At the end of Captain Marvel, and also at the end of Spider-Man: Homecoming, where we saw that there are Skrulls in the world, and they're kind of watching over Peter and who knows what else. So yeah, we've got Olivia Colman and Emilia Clarke joining possibly here soon. No set date for when this series is going to drop, I think. Let me double check here if my computer will stop freezing. Oh, no. Oh, that's why. There we go. Exit out of that. Sorry, guys.
Are you looking for a date?
No release date.
Yeah, this was originally a comic, but there definitely going to be some changes considering how they've taken the scrolls in the comics as well. So, I'm excited for another Marvel television series, considering that tomorrow we get the last episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then we get Loki, and then Hawkeye. We need more.
They just finished wrapping Hawkeye because Jeremy Renner posted a picture of himself all bandaged up, saying we're done. Also, Ben Middleton is also coming back to play Talos, and Kingsley Ben Adir, who was in One Night in Miami, is also set to play the yet unknown villain for Secret Invasion. So I'm not well versed in Marvel comics. I'm very much more well versed in Batman comics. So I don't know who were the villains in
Secret Invasion. The Skrulls.
I think Jason would know more about that.
Yeah, it was found that the Skrulls had basically just taken over several Marvel heroes and had kidnapped others. And it was an interesting series, but honestly, it wasn't one of my favorites. But I think they're going to handle this better. I like how the Skrulls are depicted in the MCU, because had they brought them in as villains, let's face it, they're pretty powerful because they can assume anybody's identity. I like this different take on it, especially with them being refugees from the Kree and everything. Giving it a couple more layers to the story. I liked it. But yeah, which, by the way, like I said, Captain Falcon debuts tomorrow. I mean, Captain America. I'm sorry, Falcon tomorrow.
Oh God, that whole show has been just okay. Real quick, Falcon and Winter Soldier. That's been a very heavy show.
Absolutely.
That's been a very, very. That's like probably the heaviest MCU anything.
And I like that they're getting some of the darker elements of the MCU, bringing in Isaiah Bradley. Because I read that story and
God, that's been difficult.
That was one of my favorite comics when they released that. So for them to take that road to bring in Isaiah Bradley, oh boy! But that also, we've also been introduced to his grandson, and I know Cora's a little bit. Look at her. And his grandson seems to be a pretty nice guy. Almost like he could wear a suit. Maybe get some blood transfusion from his grandfather in the future.
That's not how he got his power.
Oh no, I mean at first.
Yeah, at first that's not how he got his power. Yeah. Later, yes, but
yeah, maybe something can happen later on. I'm just maybe setting up for some Young Avengers action that we know is coming. And we've been introduced to like when they showed. Oh, sorry.
We have now been introduced to 4 of the 5 members. Or no, sorry, 4 of the 6 members. No, wait, no, we've been introduced to 5 of the 6 members.
The twins.
Wait, the twins.
Hawkeye.
The twins. Hawkeye.
Cassie Lang.
Cassie. Patriot.
Oh.
Vision. Oh no, we have been like Vision was a a weird one. But there was a there was another one. It was like Kang's son or something. When the Young Avengers were first introduced.
And we are getting Kang.
I didn't know Cassie Lang became a Young Avenger.
Yep. She takes on stature. So she takes on the shrink and grow powers of her father.
Was it Elliot? Is his name Elliot or it's Elijah? Elijah Bradley. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought his name was Elliot for a second because they said Eli every now and then. But those twins were growing up pretty fast. They're almost Young Avenger age. I'm just saying. So.
Oh, I'm sorry, we forgot the most important member, Teddy.
Yeah.
We haven't been introduced to him yet.
Have we?
Teddy.
Hulkling.
But he's
He's both. He is the son of Novar and the princess of the Kree.
We can easily check that box with Secret Invasion. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, that's because that was one of the whole things was he's the prince for both nations.
Yeah. We can make this happen.
So he's a Hulkling. So
yeah,
no. Bruce the father or is
he calls him Hulkling because his form that he normally takes is a big, strong green guy.
Okay.
Because they were trying to invent themselves based off of the Avengers, so everyone had a different name before they got their official names, and Hulkling just kept his because it actually
I love how
worked.
They've just subtly introduced all these characters. Whereas people are just like, that's just some throwaway character. But us comic fans are like, we're doing the Leonardo DiCaprio gift. So yeah, this is gonna happen. We've got Eli now. They need to give him like just a little bit more in Falcon and Winter Soldier, just a little bit, just a little bit, so we can get Elijah. So anyway, good times are ahead for Secret Invasion and expanding the MCU even more. So, all right, what have I?
This is going to get crazy.
I've got one. It's one where I ask everyone to hook a brother up. So, in case you didn't know, I love 1/1 scale replica stuff, like Stormbreaker here, and various Power Ranger weapons, and Cap shields, and Mjolnirs. But you know what I don't have? I don't have the power. But I can get the power because they are releasing a 1/1 scale He-Man power sword. In case you didn't see, now they did have a Havoc staff that was in a 1/1 scale. I didn't get that because that thing was expensive. I didn't get it. But now you can have a full-size He-Man Sword of Power. It will cost you $549. But hear me now. It is a full tang blade made from stainless steel with a mirror chrome finish. It also will have a handle sports enhanced grip with real leather wrap. I don't know what all that means, but it's a life-size He-Man power sword. Classic style. Do I need this? Absolutely not. Do I want this? Absolutely. This is being made by a company. Hold on, I have their name here. Factory Entertainment. They're the same guys that made the Skeletor Havoc staff. Oh, they'll even drop $50 off the price if you want to buy both the Havoc staff and the sword. What a bargain!
All right, so which one of your kids is not going to college?
With that $50 deal, he's got to get both.
It is a real. I mean, it's a big broadsword. Self-defense, right? I'm trying to justify this cost to my wife. I'm working on my story right now. She's at work, so I'm glad she can't hear this show.
She's not listening. She's got a little headphone in.
Yeah. Thank you, Maple. It's a home invasion protection investment. Thank you. That's exactly how I'm going to present it when
Don't encourage
when
him.
she sees the charge on my credit card for this. Did you spend $600 at factor in? Actually, it's going to be more because that Havoc staff. I mean, $50 off.
Yeah, 50 off. Plus, with the sword, it's that won't be as much of a mess as, like, say, a gun, and it's quieter.
I can try to. My wife's also a nerd and will immediately recognize that's He-Man's power sword. You didn't buy that for home protection. You bought it so that you could hold it up in the air, put a hole in our ceiling, and go, I have the power. I was going to play the theme song. I have the power. I need to learn how to do lightning effects so I can do the... Anyway. Okay. So, yeah.
I will be disappointed if you don't get the sword, Jason.
I mean, I'll be disappointed if I don't get the sword. So we'll see what happens when it happens. It is set to. They don't have a release date yet for it, so I have to update it once I actually get it. But I mean, once it's released.
Is there a pre-order button?
I said a Freudian slip there. Once I actually get it. Whoops.
So there's no pre-order button yet?
No, not yet. They just showed it off. They just teased it just now. At 3 feet long, whoo boy, that's a big sword. Comes.
So if you had to choose between the sword or games from Potato Game, which one would you choose?
Between two things I love. There's the problem right there.
Because if you choose one, the other one disappears forever.
It is up for pre-order now. Expected to ship in January 2022. Oh, I can do this thing. I can do this.
Yeah, you've got.
Do they have a payment plan?
8 months. 8 months to work on your story.
They do not have. Oh, they do have a payment plan of 3 installments.
Oh, there you go.
And if you want the Havoc staff, it's only an extra $500. They're throwing $50 off of that. I mean, that's a bargain. I'm trying to protect Eternia here. Understand what I'm trying to do here. My wife is it's gonna be so mad.
Hey, you know what? There's no ammo out there. You need a way to protect yourself. You need the.
I store ammo. Don't worry about that. Anyway.
That's Jason. You're putting holes in your story.
I'll stop talking about me spending money. What you got?
All right. Well, you're gonna stop talking about spending money. I'm gonna talk about spending money now. And that is because Final Fantasy XIV's Digital Fan Fest is coming up. That's right, on May 14th and May 15th, we will have the Digital Fan Fest event. The event itself will be free all across the board. So you get to enjoy different panels, different events, all kinds of stuff for free through the channel or through the website's Twitch channel and things of that nature. They do also have a shop already up to pre-order items that are specific for FanFest itself, which includes various t-shirts, some other items including like face masks and things of that nature, some little statues. We don't have any information yet on how to order what everyone has dubbed the Raid Whale. It is a whale mount that is reminiscent of the whale from Final Fantasy IV that can hold up to 8 people. That's why it was dubbed the Raid Whale, because that's a full party of people. In addition, there will also be 3 minions that are characters from Final Fantasy IV that you can buy, but we don't have information on that yet either. But what we do have information on is some of the stuff that will be taking place on days 1 and day 2. So these are just some of the panels that caught my eye. There are definitely more, and I recommend checking out the website at fanfantasy14online.com/2021. I believe that was the URL. If not, just Google it. For day 1, there will be a developmental panel. So a panel talking about the development of Final Fantasy XIV, most likely with a focus on Shadowbringers and possibly Stormblood as well, since it was the previous expansion. A thing called Naoki's Room, which will be Yoshi P talking with various surprise special guests regarding Final Fantasy XIV. We don't know who those guests will be. I'm going to go out on a limb and say one of them will be Yoko Taro because, or I'm sorry, Yoko Taro's head because it'll just be the mask. we be knowing. We're not stupid here. And also there will be a piano performance by Keiko. And this will be music from A Realm Reborn all the way to Shadowbringers. So it's going to be music from all across the online game's existence. We don't know what specific. I will send you a link when the concert starts.
That's a free concert. Oh man.
Yeah. And that's just day one, and that's not everything on day one. So for day two, we have a trivia game that is called Who Wants to Be a Gillionaire? Get it? Gil? And it's a trivia game that will be played with both fans and staff members of Final Fantasy XIV. There will be a cast flashback, so voice actors from the game will be talking about various moments of high impact to the story and how they felt about it or how they prepared for those roles. And another live performance by the band The Primals, which is a Final Fantasy XIV specific band that does rock covers of some of the songs. Specifically, they were the ones that did the song Scions and Sinners for one of the trials, which was the Warrior of Light, or Seed of Sacrifice, whichever you want to call it. And they've also done a cover already of the Shadowbringers theme song. You can buy some of their music already as one of the other things that's in the Final Fantasy FanFest package, and you can download that right now. One of those also comes with a code so you can get music to play in your house in Final Fantasy as well. And those are just some of the panels. There's going to be a Moogle Trove event going on as well, which is just like a special event to get special currency for items. They're going to be showing the art contest they had. They're going to be showing some of the entries for that. The screenshot contest, they'll be doing the same. There was also something, let me just check my notes again. Eorzea Cafe at Home. So these are going to be video tutorials on how to make food from Final Fantasy in your home, which I have been waiting for a long time. That food looks really good. I mean, they have a whole class for
nice
cooking.
Bringing all this stuff online, considering we're still in troubling times and whatnot. I'm definitely down for the concert.
Oh yeah,
that's something like make that available all the time. Like clip it out so I can listen to it and do stuff. Oh man, okay.
And of course, it wasn't specifically mentioned on the website, but we already know. Like we got a teaser trailer during the live letter before regarding Endwalkers. Well, this is where they will officially announce the full information for Endwalkers and have like the full trailer. We don't know when it will be, but we know that that's going to happen. It will probably be during the live letter that they do at the event itself. I mean, and again, this is minimal to what's going to be happening. There's going to be so much, and this is just what they announced today.
Oh, we're just getting started.
So they're going to be adding stuff to it.
We're just getting started. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just getting started. And like again, like Jason had said, I really appreciate that they're bringing this to the fans, because normally they would have this fan fest in like San Diego, and actually I was planning to go to it. I was getting ready for it. I hadn't booked a hotel room just because I was still saving up and waiting, and then COVID hit, and then I was like, oh, I shouldn't buy the hotel room yet because I don't know what's going to happen. It's a good thing I didn't. Now the hotels, I think, were very kind in issuing refunds to people since the event was canceled, but that meant that we didn't get that fan fest, and we're like, well, what does that mean for it? And they just moved it up. It's like, we'll move it to next year, and we'll have it online. If you're in Japan, I think you have the ability to attend, but they will not be accepting any foreigners that are coming to the country to go to FanFest.
Well, some of us.
We hard-headed, and also just to be safe, because even like Jason, Rick, and I could go because we're all vaccinated or will be vaccinated by that point, but it still wouldn't be safe.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, make sure you send me any and all dates on this because I definitely don't want to miss some of that. So
It'll be Friday, May 15th or 14th, and Saturday, May 15th. The piano concert will be on the 14th, and the rock concert will be on the 15th.
All right, Rick. Last story is up to you, and then we're gonna close this thing out. Hit us.
Awesome. So you guys know how much I love musicals. I think the only one that doesn't like them in this show is Jason. I think everyone else on. So I was very excited to hear earlier today that we are getting a musical called Fascinating Rhythm, which is going to be based on the music of George Gershwin. Now, who is George Gershwin? Well, he was a composer from the late 1800s through the 1920s and to the 1930s. He died in 1937, but he did leave us some very beautiful music, including he composed Rhapsody in Blue and An American in Paris, which was later used in the movie An American with Paris with Gene Kelly. So this actually is going to be directed, excuse me, by John Carney, who is he has directed Once and Sing Street, and is currently the showrunner for Amazon's Modern Love. And this is going to be produced by none other than Martin Scorsese. So Scorsese is kind of getting his feet into the musical business. It is going to be an original musical. It is not going to be a biopic on George Gershwin, who there he is on the screen right now. It will draw creative influence from his life and his music. It's going to be a story centering on a young woman's magical journey through the past and present of New York City. The Gershwin estate is on board, and the movie will feature his music throughout the film, or musical, however you want to say it. So I'm very excited about this. If you have not listened to Gershwin, go on Spotify, just type in George Gershwin and just listen to his music. It is absolutely amazing. Listen to Let's Call the Whole Thing Off. Nice work if you can get it. Summertime, Porgy and Bess, American in Paris. If you get a chance to listen to it, there's even a theater in New York named after him, which is currently housing the musical Wicked. Funny enough. So yeah, it's currently out in development, and it's currently out to buyers right now. So hopefully we'll get more concrete set everything like in stone, like a release date and actors and all that here in the next probably 6 months to a year, and we'll probably see it come out in about 2 years. Is kind of what I'm guessing. So yeah, I'm excited. Like I said, if you never listened to Gershwin's music, listen to it. It's absolutely gorgeous. And it's another musical. Like hell yeah.
Well, man, I appreciate musicals. I do know the man though. He's quite well known. His works have lived on. I think Maple said Fantasia introduced him to a lot of people. So yeah, see, hand raised right there. All right, well, that's the end of the show. We've got a bunch of stuff to watch this weekend as Invincible continues to deliver to me on Amazon. Episode 6 is what I'll be watching after this show. And at some point between now and tomorrow morning, I'll be watching Mortal Kombat, which I have heard is awesome. R-rated, and they said as gory as the games. Yes. And then, of course, tomorrow is the final episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Ooh, so exciting. So exciting.
So, okay, hold on. You want to hear a fun fact real quick about the Mortal Kombat scream in Mortal Kombat?
What you... Hold on.
So, that was...
First off, I'm going to tell you right now. I grew up with Mortal Kombat. I know a lot about Mortal Kombat. You better impress me. Go ahead. I didn't know.
So, in the song Mortal Kombat, that the scream, the guy yelling Mortal Kombat was taken from a commercial, and the guy that screamed it out is from Texas. I believe the story that I was reading. I believe he's from Fort Worth.
It's not Ed Boon,
but
is it Ed Boon?
No, I don't think so. I saw the article like last week, but yeah, no. So when the game was coming out, they had a bunch of people running around the street, and they had a couple people yell out Mortal Kombat. But there was one guy that did it like the best way, and they took that clip and they put it in the song.
Okay. All right. I'm going to give him this one. He's going to have to show me this. I'm going to look this up, though. I'm going to look it up. I'll verify it. He better be right. Musical loving. Anyway.
I'm looking it up right now.
But that has been our show, guys. Thank you for joining us. Watch a lot of things out there because it's going to be a good weekend for it. We are getting closer and closer to bringing other things to this channel because life is finding a way, damn it. So it's only a matter of time until we're all back in studio, and it's going to be great. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching us. Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. If you want to follow us on Facebook at SCNS Live and on Twitter and Instagram at SCNS Live. If you want to follow us personally, though, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at JasonTheX. Rick, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram under NerdyRick89. That is spelled NERDYRIC89. I'm doing the 365-day challenge. Today actually was Earth Day, so I posted a picture of the sunset over the ocean and down in the Caribbean from about 7 years ago. So I miss the ocean. So you can follow me on there. I am getting closer to 1,000 followers. I'm so close. Please follow me on there. I will follow back. Also, quick plug for this book, My Broken Language. It is a memoir by Chiara Alegria Judes. She is actually helped write In the Heights, along with a couple other Broadway plays and musicals. She came up with her memoir. It's actually really interesting so far. So I highly recommend this. It recently came out like last week or the week before. I picked it up this past weekend. It's been a great read. I highly recommend reading this. So yeah, Chiara Alegria Judes. So thank you. Cora?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram for art and Suikoden related things at Corodono Art. Especially for Suikoden related things on Twitter. Please talk to me. I'm lonely. Or you can find all of my Final Fantasy screenshots and streaming schedule for screenshot related things in Final Fantasy on Twitter at chaotic_noodle.
All right. Well, guys, that's the show. We will see you next week. And as we always say, keep on nerding.
Keep on nerding.
Remember to get vaccinated.
Get vaxxed.